I did a consulting gig years ago with a boutique agency out of Pennsylvania. Husband and wife ran the agency. The wife was 41 years old at that time, and she told me a story when I first started working with them about someone hit her up for life insurance when she was in college. Okay, she's 21 years old at that time. She was very close to her father, went back to talk to her father and said, "Dad, this guy's trying to sell me life insurance, what do you think?" Dad says, "You're never going to be any younger or healthier, so you should buy it, and you should buy it now." So clearly the dad believed in life insurance. She bought the life insurance policy. A couple years later, father died. So she tells this story, and you can see this is, almost 20 years have passed. Her eyes are welled with tears. She talks about how her and her sisters, there was no way they're going to be able to continue and finish college and graduate from college because her mom didn't make much money. They wouldn't be able to afford to pay the tuition. And if it wasn't for her dad having the foresight to have life insurance, her and her sisters may not have finished college. So I asked her, when you are selling life insurance, do you tell your prospects, do you tell your clients that story? She goes, every time. I go, do you allow yourself to be vulnerable and open up and share the emotional impact that had on you? She said, yeah. She said, sometimes it's kind of embarrassing because I'll start crying in front of the client as I'm trying to sell. I said, don't change that part of your presentation. They have to feel it, man. That's why I say you got to own your own product. You have to believe in what you're doing, not just conceptually. You got to believe it in every fiber of your being. It's got to ache in your bones for these clients. If all you're worried about is how much commission, how much money you're going to make on the client, you're not going to succeed because they can smell that on you like bad breath or BO. It comes through. But if your true intention in your heart of hearts is to help that client protect their family in case something bad happens, that is also going to come through. This should be a selfless act of helping that client get in the right position. Forget how much money you're going to make on the deal. That's why you guys get all screwed up when you get in front of a larger case versus a small case, because you get nervous. Why are you nervous talking to a large client? I'll tell you why. Because you're thinking about how much money you're going to make or not make if you don't close the case. And that's why you get nervous. If your entire focus is on how you're going to help them, it doesn't matter how big the client is. I used this example before, right? If we're let's say I run into you at Southcoast Plaza on the weekend or something like that, and you see my son, my 3.5-year-old son Esteban, right? If you've never met him before, or even if you have met him before, right? You're going to see him. What are you going to do? How are you going to interact with that 3.5-year-old kid? You're probably going to get all excited. Your eyes are going to light up. You're probably going to come down to his level down here and talk to him. What is your entire mindset in talking to a 3-year-old? Your entire focus is, how can I make this 3-year-old's experience with me fun, exciting, and better? You're not focused on, oh, what's he going to think of me? Oh my God, I'm breaking out right here. I hope he doesn't recognize my set. Oh my God, I'm like 10 pounds overweight. I only have to get to the gym. That 3-year-old's going to judge me for it. Right? No, that's what you do when you're at the pool party in Vegas. Right? You don't do that with a 3-year-old. When you're at the pool party in Vegas, you're concerned about, oh, these other people are going to judge you. And so it's all about you. When you deal with a 3.5-year-old kid, your entire focus is on how to make the interaction more pleasant for them. Right? Take your eyes off yourself and put them on the prospect. Stop worrying about what you're going to get out of the deal and focus on what they're going to get out of the deal. If you just do that, I'm telling you, you will close so much more business. Because they're going to feel that. Not to get all touchy-feely with you, but again, if the prospect is going to buy based off of emotion, that's the trigger point. You better be prepared to become emotionally vulnerable so they can see what's in your heart. I wish we could there's a surgery we could just cut out right here in your chest and put a window there. They could actually see what's in your heart. Because if they really saw what's in your heart, and your heart was pure, they would buy just like that. Why? Because they really feel that you're doing the right thing for them. When the feelings are there, the details almost don't matter. In terms of the decision. Now the details do matter, right? You have to substantiate that. You have to deliver. But I'm talking about that point where the client's going to pull the trigger. If they feel good about the deal, the rest of it almost doesn't matter. Again, almost doesn't matter. So if you got all the details in order, but you're not emotionally bonding with that client right at that point, forget about it, man. Facts tell, stories sell. You can barrage someone with the facts and the statistics and all that kind of stuff. You tell them all that stuff, that's great. But that's not what sells the deal. The story sells the deal. Why? Because behind every story is some emotion. I hope you really understand what it is that you do for the client. I heard a very impactful talk given years ago by a guy that ran an agency of a little over 100 employees, and it was right during the time period of 9/11, when the Twin Towers came down. And this gentleman was talking about 9/12, right, the day after 9/11. And he said all those families that lost their loved ones in those Twin Towers after that fatal event of 9/11, first phone call they made, 9/12. It wasn't to their attorney, it wasn't to a CPA, it's to a life insurance agent. I want you to really think about this. The day after that loved one dies, it's not only emotionally traumatizing, but remember, mortgages still due, credit card bills are still due, car payment is still due. The rest of the world does not care that you just lost your primary breadwinner in your household. All those bills are still due in the same time frame. If they don't have income coming in, how are they going to pay those bills? Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. And without that life insurance death benefit proceed coming in, that family's screwed. Some of these people aren't just paycheck to paycheck. Some of these people are day to day. If they don't have enough money in their bank account within a 24-hour period, their whole world comes tumbling down. A lot of these people. And you'd be surprised, especially in Orange County, more specifically Newport Beach, where you got guys making $2 million a year, but they're spending $2.1 million a year. Everyone is broke at a higher level. Everyone's living paycheck to paycheck. So everyone, for the most part, you're going to talk to, you need to be able to bond with them at that emotional level. They're going to sense whether you're genuine or not. And when you're not genuine and you're not authentic, I'm telling you, they're not going to buy. I don't care how the numbers on your spreadsheet look. They're going to say, oh, it sounds too good to be true. Oh, there's got to be something wrong with this. Why? Because the deal looks good. They feel good about the numbers. They don't feel good about you. You've got to get them to feel good about you. You see me talk before. Every time I get on stage in front of hundreds of people, I'm not concerned about how they're looking at me. I'm concerned about how they're receiving the messages that I'm giving them. So I know that if I make myself emotionally vulnerable, I'm going to bond with them at that emotional level. I want to be completely transparent with them. Now I could go up there and be Mr. Slick and be all polished and use big vocabulary and 7-syllable words and impress them with how smart I am or how educated I am. Okay, see, none of that matters. When they walk away from that event that I speak at, they got to feel it in their bones that they have to make a change. When you work with a client, if you can be completely transparent with a client, they will want to follow you. They will sense whether you're full of crap or whether you're genuine. So just open up. The easiest way to do that is to just focus on them. Focus on helping them. Focus on understanding their needs. When you're listening to them, don't listen to respond. Don't listen just itching to jump in and start talking. Listen to them to really understand where they're coming from. Listen to them to really understand what it is that they need. If you can really understand what they're trying to do and accomplish, and you can deliver that, the deal is done. It's so smooth like butter, melting butter, it's ridiculous. But if all you care about is yourself, and all you focus on yourself, I'm telling you, you will not do the deal. They will not do the deal with you more specifically.